since you talked about Diwali and the fireworks, I mean, the same analogy can be applied to political atmosphere also. I mean, because of crackers and the fireworks, the way air is polluted, similarly because of too much of politics, political atmosphere also stands polluted. After every such move or every such statement, the first thing Shinde does is he rushes to Delhi. As if his guardian angels are in Delhi, though they are. In politics, it shouldn't be seen because Shinde is a purely regional party, purely and that too faction of a regional party. So he had no that way reason to go to Delhi and handle such things. You know, this shows how desperate he is to get back to the post what he was dreaming at. You know, it's a desperate situation for Shinde, and BJP can enjoy now because it's more of a need of Shinde than the BJP. BJP will manage even without Shinde. Funniest thing that has happened in Maharashtra or even at the national level also is that Shiv Sena and the left are now on the same
page.
Now it's the situation is that BJP has nothing to lose.
Welcome to the West Side Story after a long break of 2 weeks. This Diwali festival, we have not only seen celebrations across the state, the nation, with people taking holidays and celebrating, distributing sweets, fireworks, which was much more compared to the last 2 to 3 years. Another interesting thing which we noticed this Diwali was also the fireworks within the political parties. Girish, one very important statement that emerged in Maharashtra's context was the Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis during his interaction with media on eve of Diwali. He made a very bold statement where he said, "I'm not going to Delhi. I'm here till 2029." Now that also somewhere shows a complete command about the state and about also the fact that he's very sure about it, that he's not going to be pushed into Delhi politics against his wishes. And secondly, it's also somewhere some kind of a messaging to the alliance partners, the leaders who are still hopeful, keeping their fingers crossed that someday they will become the chief minister. So how do you unfold this statement?
Since you talked about Diwali and the fireworks, I mean, the same analogy can be applied to political atmosphere also. Because of crackers and the fireworks, the way air is polluted, similarly because of too much of politics, political atmosphere also stands polluted, you know. So coming back to Devendra Fadnavis's statement, first thing is we shouldn't take it at face value, because as you were asking, what reminded me of Vilasrao Deshmukh's situation after 2008 blasts and in Mumbai and all that, you know. Till late evening, he was so sure. I mean, in fact, till midnight, that he is not going to go. Next morning, he had to go. He had to resign. And the first thing he did in the morning was went to Raj Bhavan and submitted his resignation. That is number one. So I don't mean that this will happen in this case, but this kind of things are more of a shadow boxing or facade, you know. But in this case, why it matters is this statement is not aimed at political rivals. It's clear cut, it is directed at one of its deputies, and especially Eknath Shinde. So Devendra Fadnavis is saying that this statement is addressed at Eknath Shinde, who time and again is seeing planting stories or kind of creating air as if Mr. Fadnavis is going and the next person to lead the state is going to be himself. You know, that's not the case. So Devendra Fadnavis making this statement has very interesting angles to it, but that is for the NDA alliance, and no one from the opposition is interested whether he is going to go or he is here to stay. So the dynamics is more of an internal one, you know, and that is very critical. That will play a very important role in ensuing elections.
So, the developments, if you see, like Fadnavis saying it that as far as he knows the party, he is here till 2029.
Yeah,
Somewhere it also shows that yes, the central leadership may give him that long rope, considering the fact that they local bodies are very crucial for them, and they need a leader who can command both the state, the government as well as the party.
True.
And at the present, I think there doesn't seem to be immediate reason for them to replace that. Maybe mid-course correction whenever they do, and if he's more wanted in Delhi, that's a different thing. As you said, there's nothing certain about politics. Now here, interesting thing is, Devendra Fadnavis making that statement, subtly the message was directed at Eknath Shinde. And I think very next day or third day, Eknath Shinde with the family goes to Delhi Darbar. He meets Prime Minister Narendra Modi and comes up with a statement that how everything should be very cohesive and everybody should work in the interest of the NDA. Now what was that?
See, after every such move or every such statement, the first thing Shinde does is he rushes to Delhi. As if his guardian angels are in Delhi, though they are. In politics, it shouldn't be seen, because Shinde is a purely regional party, purely, and that too, faction of a regional party. So he had no that way reason to go to Delhi and handle such things. This shows how desperate he is to get back to the post what he was dreaming at, and unfortunately in this case, he rushing to Delhi is not news. I mean, I don't see much importance to this, but the BJP leadership giving him an audience, that's certainly from optics perspective, it doesn't look good, like as we speak, Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah is also in Mumbai today, and one of the reasons, the story you carried, is the same, to bring Shiv Sena and BJP together, BJP leadership giving importance is something that is objectionable from the BJP's point of view, and that adds to the news element. Shinde sitting in Delhi, rushing to Delhi, I don't think carries much weight as much as BJP, and that to Prime Minister. And last time, I think couple of months back, PM had time to, enough to. Basically, PM could spend time with family and grandchildren of Shinde. So this makes BJP's cadre confused, And
now, there are two issues here. I think, of course, the Diwali wish, that's just a pretext. We also know in politics, the Prime Minister has much more, many more tasks than to attend to each and every individual and accept the greetings. The second aspect here is that some way, I think, what we see in this coalition, if we read in between the lines, the BJP also is positioning itself for an alliance only in Mumbai and maybe MMR region, wherever it's possible. Whereas in rest of Maharashtra, I think they are not very conducive for alliance. In some exceptional places where the opposition, if they feel the necessity, but from the statement of the Chief Minister as well as the mood in the party is that not to have alliance with Shiv Sena, including Thane. You know much better what Thane is like. The local unit has already raised the slogan "Is bar 70 par," that kind of thing, out of 131. So here the question is BJP trying to corner Shiv Sena for its expansion, keeping 2029 in mind, where they want to go solo, or is this just Shinde is feeling so intimidated that he is now clutching to Prime Minister Amit Shah and saying that he should be accommodated?
So it may sound a bit cliche, but to put it simply, this is like last ditch effort by Mr. Shinde to stay relevant, because he knows when BJP comes out with its entire power, political power, every machinery working for them, he has no much future. So now if he loses even Thane, and which it doesn't look like it's so uncertain, you know. I mean, he actually may, because looking at Uddhav Thackeray, Raj Thackeray coming in together, and entire city BJP against Mr. Shinde, even though Delhi wants to have an alliance and all that, you know. So I think Shinde will be left with no option other than to stay aligned with the BJP, and the statements he makes in within the party and official and informal platform is that, see, what is the issue with the BJP? BJP and Shinde, that is his own party. BJP and Shiv Sena, ultimately they belong to only one family and only one person who leads both, you know. So it's a desperate situation for Shinde, and BJP can enjoy now, because it's more of a need of Shinde than the BJP. BJP will manage even without Shinde, but to be seen helping BJP to manage the scene, it's imperative for Mr. Shinde to be part of the alliance, and that BJP will make him sure dance to its tune, you know.
And I think here the issue is, I mean, though everybody says Shinde is a street smart politician, and yes, he, if you recall his statement in Nagpur, in one of the rallies in Vidarbha, where he said, "Don't take me lightly." That was a quote unquote directed at BJP, directed at Devendra Fadnavis, because it came from, you know, hometown of Nagpur, his hometown. So here the question is, he is very good at, you know, smart gameplay and, you know, mind games in that sense. But here again the question is, look at the moment BJP tries to corner him, he bounces back with some kind of mischief, you can say, quote unquote, in a lighter way, or adopts some kind of a, you know, stick to say that, you know, don't push me beyond a point. So here, Girish, if you look at the developments in Pune, what we see, Ravindra Dhangegar, who's a MLA, and who's not even a loyalist kind of, you know, he's come from Congress to
multi-party character.
Multi-party person who recently joined Shiv Sena in Assembly 1. Now he is trying to take on the Union Minister, Muralidhar Mohar, who is the right-hand man of Amit Shah and Devendra Fadnavis. So what does it mean?
So it means the same, you know. I mean, this is what exactly Shinde's tactics is. I mean, even a 4th standard kid won't believe that Dhangegar doesn't have Eknath Shinde's blessings, you know. He won't dare to say what he is saying against Mr. Moore. So these are all issues Shiv Sena will try to play it up till it gets satisfactory kind of a level at that level, you know, where they will be assured of alliance or comfortable position. Now it's the situation is that BJP has nothing to lose, whereas Shinde has everything to lose, you know, and his stature as a former chief minister, running the Shiv Sena, you know, I mean, very strong regional force once it was. So now Shinde will be desperate to make things, you know, and this is one of the moves, you know, and that's how. So the most intriguing part is that it's not about Shinde taking this stance or making, or one of his MLAs making such kind of statements. What is intriguing is BJP leadership's approach to Shinde, and this I think it's really inexplicable, you know, for the BJP and the kind of, because to put it simply, Shinde, his Shiv Sena and the BJP, the story is like camel in the tent, you know. Now they don't know how to get him out, you know. So that everybody's stuck. But BJP, the way the party functions, the kind of firmness, the structure it has built, you know. So being street smart, it just won't help. There needs to be a kind of a strategic thinking also, which Shinde clearly lacks, you know. And this will be his taste, and genuinely, if he doesn't get what he wants, at least part of it, portion of it, things will go from here onwards very, very bad for Shinde.
Because if you look at the past, 2022 onwards, if you look at this entire Maratha agitation, I mean, there were hidden hands, and hidden hands from the ruling side itself. You know, you can't just blame the opposition. I mean, there were insiders within the alliances who were kind of, you know, fueling this whole fire. So that also the centre knows very well about it, and against whom it was directed. It was clearly directed against Fadnavis, and they brought that caste angle to that. That he has survived twice, actually, thrice we can say. And now, of course, again this whole concept of, taking on Fadnavis's best man, Muralidhar Mohar. Muralidhar Mohar was propped up by Fadnavis. Also because of a Maratha face, a young dynamic leader, and also from Pune, and also it was double-edged, also to curtail the NCP to some extent, Ajit Pawar led NCP, and also to kind of give messaging to the Shinde faction. Now that kind of daring, if Shinde is doing, and if you look at his statements, they are very mild. He said, I've just conveyed it to Dhangekar to not to create a problem in the alliance. And Dhangekar writes a letter to Prime Minister. I mean, that's...
See, I mean, it's very exciting if we get into this connecting the dot game, Look at what happened a couple of weeks back in Thane Municipal Corporation, which is completely controlled, single-handedly controlled by none other than Eknath Shinde. Yes. One of the very senior official, deputy commissioner, was caught in one of the worst ever scams in Thane. So, and again, the interesting aspect is that he was not apprehended by Thane police. The entire operation was handled by Mumbai police, including the anti-corruption branch of the police. So, who heads the home portfolio? Answer is obvious. It's with Mr. Fadnavis. After that, before that controversy dies down, Muralidhar Mohar issue comes up. So this is like your issue versus my issue. It's gone to that level now. And how long BJP's top leadership will allow Mr. Shinde to play this game, that remains to be seen. It's no coincidence. Muralidhar Mohar issue is just coming after that, So now there will be something from the BJP to pin down Mr. Shinde. But I don't think the state per se is going any forward on this issue. It's completely internal squabbling, and then if you want to settle with Shinde, settle with Shinde. If you don't want to settle with Shinde, I mean, this is the problem BJP alliance is having, and to compare with so-called national party now Congress is, that's what the fear about BJP is. BJP's alliance management vis-a-vis Congress's alliance management. The room Congress used to leave their alliance members versus the way BJP bulldozes everyone, that will be coming into the picture. These things will go on at a very subtle level till Bihar elections are over. And then it will be all free for all,
Because here also, yesterday I was watching some of the statements from the Shiv Sena. When asked why the action is not being taken against Dhangekar, I mean, he can't, definitely there is a political patronage from the top. And their answer was very simple that, look at Thane, what they are doing. I mean, you have let loose Ganesh Naik on us, BJP leader, and he is holding darbars in Shinde's home turf, I mean, deputy CM. So I think somewhere it's a very, very well strategized thing that if you try to kind of, corner us, we are going to retaliate. That's where it is. Now, this conflict, what does it mean for the alliance in local bodies?
See, it means a lot, See, we as a state are paying the price for allowing this very small regional satraps to grow for political understanding or maneuvering, Look at the state now. Everywhere there are warlords, If you go to Navi Mumbai, you have one, you have Thane, and then Nashik and Pune and all that, Initially, the importance given to them was not that great, But because of factionalism, as it went up, and parties, Delhi Power started slicing political parties, each and every individual now matters. And that is the sad part, The state as a cohesive administratively, from the political point of view, it's no more. So BJP, since it's now so-called mastered the art of political management, it will ensure that all these regional heroes are on their side, and if they are not from the political point of view, there are always central agencies that will bring them together. So this is what now, if Shinde is not agreeing to it, they will let loose Ganesh Naik over that. But unfortunately, this is exactly like what used to happen 30-40 years back, and so nothing has changed. As they say, more is the change, I mean it remains the same, So that's unfortunately Maharashtra's state of politics. We are stuck now.
Now, as against the divided face of the Mahayuti, we are saying this because it's so evident. I mean, it's not like in the last 10 months, since they've been in the power, I mean, I don't think there's a single month where, if you look at the chronology, that there have not been any conflicts or frictions within them. And the frictions so directly that even the Deputy CM himself has so often boycotted the cabinet meetings and other meetings addressed by Chief Minister. Now, as against this divided Mahayuti, there seems to be some effort, at least on the face of it, within the opposition to come together. The two Thakckrey brothers clearly, Girish, are lunching with each other, exchanging Diwali greetings, participating in Shivaji Park. So, is it just a family reunion, or are they going to be like working towards the same cause?
I mean, to use the current popular term, I mean, they are just yet to officially go to the registrar. The leaving in has already begun,
formalize the relationship.
That is the only thing that has remained. But it's always the case, it's look at the psychological parts, have-nots always unite faster, because they are deprived class, So similarly now Congress, and the funniest thing that has happened in Maharashtra, or even at the national level also, is that Shiv Sena and the left are now on the same
page.
So now on the 1st of November they are coming out with a grand show of strength in Mumbai. So look at the composition. There is a PWP, there is a NCP, there is CPI, Congress and Raj and Uddhav, So, but that's always the case, and the success of the ruling side depends on how much they can paint united picture, which currently they are not. Ajit Pawar is happy; he's the only person who is making correct noises, because he has that survival instinct,
and also the past experience. He's groomed in that.
And they look at the number of chief ministers he has worked under, right from Prithviraj Chauhan to Ashok Chauhan to Vilas Rao Deshmukh to Uddhav Thackeray and Devendra and even Eknath Shinde. So he's a man of survival. So now the thing will be opposition will be definitely united. There are a number of issues, and everybody knows who is giving details about those issues. So it will be a real good fight in Maharashtra, this election.
So now this morcha you mentioned now, November 1, they are taking a protest march in Mumbai. Now, I think this collectiveness, I think Sharad Pawar also is going to be there. It's going to be led by Uddhav Thackeray, Sharad Pawar, Raj Thackeray and all other parties also. Now here the issue is, they're taking the battle straight away to BMC. I mean, if you look from Fashion Street, they may be, I think the route is still to be kind of. But the finale will be at BMC, which is symbolic. And the second aspect which they're saying, but the issue, Girish, here is they are taking this morcha against the Election Commission and not the state government or not the BJP. Election Commission on vote fraud. Now, this issue has already been raised, discussed, debated in Delhi. A similar morcha of India bloc had happened there. So, do you think that will get a traction when it comes to local bodies?
See, forget what you and me feel and what's being taught or told from Delhi and official media. This issue has already struck a chord among common voters. Kuch na kuch gadbad hai. They may not be able to pinpoint what exactly is wrong or why it is happening. But this definitely, let's see what is happening in Karnataka. The SIT has realized 80 rupees per vote. I mean, this is the way names were added or deleted, So there is certainly a belief against Election Commission. And unfortunately, the what do you call, the collateral damage is Election Commission. People don't look at Election Commission as an independent body.
Right.
It's one of the government departments.
Yes.
That's the sad part one has to accept, So now so targeting Election Commission is as good as targeting the ruling party. And the funniest part, it may be SEBI, it may be Election Commission, it is the BJP leaders, they are the first to come to defend this independent body. So now it's a very strategic move to target Election Commission. Obviously, Election Commission will have to come with more clarifications, or BJP leaders will have to jump into the veil to defend them. So I think it will be a good success.
So do you also foresee, because if you look at the composition of this parties who are rallying around this and coming together at least, as you said, it could be a smart move, because Save Constitution also they started in the same way, and despite because there are too many leaders, too many ambitions, and too much of discord, and nobody to bring them together. So given that, one cause, as they talked about Constitution, Save Constitution, that also worked. Now here, this Election Commission fraud, I think that's at least bringing all the social organizations also together.
Correct.
If they
succeed, civic society,
civic societies, the civic citizen forums, and smaller organizations. And do you foresee that this will also translate into the anti-BJP forces, anti-RSS forces also to kind of rally around this? That is possible.
The anti-BJP, I won't say anti-RSS, but anti-BJP certainly, because BJP is seen doing or is believed to have been supporting these unscrupulous activities, number of voters going up, going down. So it will have certainly some impact. And unlike parliament elections or assembly, this is a completely different ball game. Few 100 votes matter a lot, and votes are so small, and it's all about personal connect. Though BJP is good at the national level, they will have to deploy those tactics. And unfortunately, BJP's city president is a new one. They don't have a seasoned veteran like that. What Congress used to have early days. Now it will be this game, and everyone knows what matters at the end of the day is the BMC. And so hitting Election Commission on this issue will definitely have some impact in voters' mind.
So they are going to take on the centre in that sense. Clearly the mandate is going to be that. And do you think the opposition collectively, presuming that yes, they will come together, they will remain together, and presuming yes, the seat sharing will also somehow, they'll manage with give and take. Do you think that will, they still have organizational strength to kind of convert the unrest, and first of all, will there be that degree of unrest?
See, in India, if you take even 1952 elections till this one, those are not won because someone or voters want opposition to get a chance to rule. They are won or lost because voters are upset with the incumbent, Right. So if this issue reaches that level where the critical mass also will think that there is some good, but now it's high time we support this, And what has happened because of consistently targeting Election Commission, at ward level, booth level, every party is geared up to be kind of a watchful in handling this thing. It's like, even Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde said yesterday, we will take this election, the voters fraud seriously and look into that, So everybody is moving around that, and then that at least on that part, opposition has been extremely successful in bringing that issue at the center stage. You can't ignore that now.
And also, I think the BJP also has now kind of to some extent geared up. If you look at the statement of Revenue Minister Chandrasekhar Bawankule in Bhandara, though context was different, but we're saying that we have created 1 lakh WhatsApp groups, and everything is under vigilance and monitoring. If you have to do that, then where is your confidence? You should be confident about your own people, at least.
And despite that, what happened in parliament election, everybody has seen that. So it's not that it cannot be done, provided these people are together and successful in handling that.
So on this note, Girish, let's wait and watch how November 1 Morcha builds up, and what is the counter the ruling party comes up with, if at all. And more fireworks, though the Diwali will be over by then, but still, we'll wait and see how things unfold in Maharashtra politics. Thank you so much.
Thank you.